Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 back out of another video for you guys, and I'm back from another Arifureta season 2 episode review for you guys. Sorry for getting this video up super freaking late, like a day late than the episode originally came out. I actually uploaded it, but then I had to delete it because there was something in the episode that I wanted to take out. The episode review I wanted to take out, but yeah, this episode was really freaking emotional, and then the climax of this episode was definitely just flat out insanity, because now the story, I guess in the back half, is gonna be picking up where Hajime is gonna get involved and everything. So anyways, this episode was surrounded by the goodbye to Mew and everything, Hajime's, I guess, adoptive daughter, and stuff like that. And that was the whole thing. I loved how the episode started off where she's just in the same room as Yue and Hajime. They're obviously both naked, I'm guessing, after they must have done it or something. That's my only thing, I'm guessing. And of course, Mew as a little girl is so damn curious. And she's like, so why are you guys like naked and stuff like that? And they're like, oh, you don't need to worry about that. That's when you get older and stuff like that. And then she even looks like, why is there this big bump in the middle of the bed from you? Hajime, and Hajime's like, look, this is he tries to say keep it as PG as he can. He's like, well, you see, only boys can have this and stuff like that. And Mew's questioning him like, but girls don't. And he's like, listen, you'll worry about it later and everything, and stuff like that. I also found it hilarious how the #1 trope with all the girls this episode was they gave Hajime this dirty look, because they're like, this man's always flirting with other girls. Like, the other girls come into this whole scene where they see Hajime and freaking Yue essentially naked, and they're like, oh yeah, that's right. They always have to do that, don't they? And stuff like that. So that was funny. We get a nice scene, we get a transitional scene to, them eating breakfast, and it's the whole thing of Hajime essentially just trying to come up with something to do, because he knows he's gonna have to leave. But it comes to the whole thing of, Muse as him like, hey, can we do something and stuff like that? But the whole thing that's kind of stuck on Hajime's mind is the fact that he's gonna have to leave, and he's gonna have to leave Mew behind. And throughout this one scene where I found it hilarious how in a way it's like a beach episode. In a way, in the first half it's like a beach episode because all the girls are in their representative bikinis and stuff like that. You have Mew taking freaking Sheia's bikini and everything. I'm like, oh my goodness, and just playing around with it. But in the meantime, you have Hajime actually talk to Mew's mother, Remiya, and Remiya's in a position where I'm just gonna just furtherly keep it appropriate in PG. Let's just say she was in between his legs while talking to him, and I'm like, yeah, that position is very sus. Which, funny enough, Tio brings that said position up, and she's like, you look like you're in a position where you're about to do some intercourse or something like that. She ends up getting knocked out, which I thought was hilarious and stuff like that. But before I get to that funny scene, you have this whole scene between Remiya and Hajime, the whole aspect of, Remiya knows that he's going to have to leave and that Mew is going to have to be left behind, because obviously he doesn't want to put Mew in danger with everything that's been going on, and stuff like that. And he's kind of conflicted, like, if he should tell Mew or if he shouldn't, because he's afraid that if he tells Mew, that she might get very emotional because she's so attached to him that, she'll take it as way maybe a potential like a betrayal, or like you're gonna leave her forever, and stuff, and never return. But Remiya kind of says, listen, you just have to talk to her. She essentially knows that you're gonna have to go. If you tell her, she'll more than likely be fine and stuff like that. And the one thing we kind of see with Remiya here is the fact that now she considers Hajime to be, I guess, her husband now, because she says like husband, darling in this episode. I'm like, so you're just gonna call him your husband now? Well, guess it makes sense, because if your daughter's calling him Papa, well then you might as well just say, well, screw it. Let's pretend like we're married. I guess I'm gonna act as if you are my husband. Makes sense. She's a widow, so I guess she's I don't know. Maybe there's no thing. I don't know if there's like some sort of off-screen event that happens where they actually maybe have some sort of eloping marriage moment and stuff like that. And I guess they're together. But Hajime's clearly like, no, please don't call me that. But Remy is like, man, screw it, I don't care. And stuff like that. He ends up and I forgot to mention the funny scene in this whole beach part of it was the fact that Miyu comes up to Hajime and is like, I took Sheia's bikini because daddy told me and stuff like that. And Sheia's like, wait, really? Hajime, all you had to do if you wanted it so bad, all you had to do was ask for it. And I'm like, these girls are just, these girls are really like crazy. They really want him to really take them. And then, yeah, freaking Yue and freaking Kaori all up on his arms. And they're like, well, if you were going to take Shea, you could take mine too. And stuff like that. And they have literally all the girls have their bikini tops on this poor man. And in the meantime, like I said, Teal gets knocked out by Hajime earlier just from looking at the position Remy is in. She is booty naked in the water, just like, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what the hell, man, is wrong with this girl? I thought it was funny. Anyways, Hajime tells Miyu that he's gonna be leaving without her, and she starts to get very emotional. But then Miyu starts to ask a question like, "You will come back for me, will you?" And obviously, Hajime saying, "Yeah, I will. I'll come back. I'll get you. I can show you to my home and everything, and you'll have a lot of fun." And stuff like that. But I did like the whole scene, that picks up later after the scene where Yue and the other girls actually do ask Hajime, like, look, we understand your convictions and want to get home and stuff like that. But Yue brings up the good point of like, hey, what if it's just like a one-way trip where it's like we get to the end goal and they're saying, okay, you can go back to your world. You just can't come back. And it's only open for a certain amount of time. And they want to have enough time to go back, pick Miyu up, and man, I'm guessing Remiya too, and take them with them. Yue asked that question like, what if you can't do that? And I liked how Hajime is like, well then guess what, I'll find a way to get back here and I'll bring her back and I'll bring her home, and stuff like that, which I thought that was nice. This episode definitely shows that Hajime still has that soft spot in him. It's starting to be a little bit, his aggressive, hostile self is there, but he's definitely, because of Miyu, he has that soft spot has opened up. And he even makes a reference to Ai-chan about Ai-chan, from the first season, essentially asking like, why don't you just care more and stuff like that? And he's like, you owe me one professor, you owe me one teacher and stuff like that. But he's gonna have to save his teacher essentially soon enough. But yeah, I definitely do like the fact that Hajime still has that, gritty, dark, gloomy side where he's hardcore and everything, but he's definitely within this season. He has opened up a lot. He's been more open just because of Miyu's presence, and the other girls' presence has made him, be able to like just be somebody that smiles a lot. Like, I think they make a reference to the fact that somebody says, "Oh, that's the first time you smiled," and stuff like that in a while and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to see that he's starting to open up. He has some of his roots he was before everything happened to him in season 1, but still it's like, oh no, he's definitely being a little bit more open-heartedness and open and being more kind and high spirit and everything, but at the same time keeping that legit personality of him where he's a no-nonsense guy. Anyways, the last bit of the episode focuses on the kingdom stuff we've been seeing going on. We see that Ai-chan obviously wakes up. She's trying to talk to the nun character, who I believe is that one goddess character we see at the start of the first episode, fighting Hajime. Essentially, she's like, let me out and stuff like that. But the nun is like, you have no more, your role to play is no more. The board doesn't think you have nothing else to bring, and stuff like that. We also see this whole thing where we see like the kingdom's knights all in this one grouping with Daisuke, the traitor guy. And again, the person kind of operating this whole thing is a mysterious girl. We don't know who it is, but it's this mysterious lady who's kind of, I guess you say, orchestrating everything behind the scenes and stuff like that. So yeah, we get that. We have the princess actually in a hoodie and everywhere, trying to find out what the hell's going on and everything. And then you have it to where the Knights, captain ends up getting jumped by one of the people he was talking to. I forgot who that guy's name was. I think he's a part of the class. I don't remember. But he gets jumped. He can clearly see that, he's being, controlled by something. And at the same time, Daisuke was talking to him when this attack was going on. And he's telling Daisuke, hey, get out of here, run. I'll take care of this. But obviously, because Daisuke is a traitor, he ends up stabbing the dude in the back. So leading into next week's episode, things are going from bad to worse. It's going to only be a matter of time. It's going to be very interesting to see how Hajime gets involved. Maybe he gets a call from maybe Shizuku or somebody else saying like the kingdom's in like upheaval and stuff like that, and something's going on. So maybe he has the compassion to be like, okay, maybe I need to go back and check. Or maybe it's because Kaori is like, hey, maybe we should go check back up and see what's going on with everybody, because apparently there's something going on. So yeah, this story is definitely picking up. I think the rest of the episodes are going to be covering this, I guess, arc where we're going to find out who this apparent leader of the traitor is, and we're going to get to the end game of all this and stuff like that. But definitely interested to see where this is going. Love this episode. Really good episode. Seems like next week's going to be an even better episode. But yeah, again, sorry for getting this video up late, a day later than usual. Friday's going to be GM packed, not only with TZ Master Takage, Sun Worlds and Harem, and Dragon Quest Adventure of Die, and stuff like that. Look forward. I know on my Thursdays I also upload the Pokemon movie reviews. That's actually going to go up tomorrow, on Saturday, since there's really nothing other than my Dress Up Darling and One Piece that I am going to review, and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna get it for guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night watching this video. Leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Arifureta Season 2, Episode 7, as well as hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Arifureta content, as well as any other content I upload to the channel. And also, again, have a great rest of your day or night wherever you're at. Again, stay safe out there, especially with what's going on in the world right now. It's very tenuous, tedious thing. I understand why it can make some of the stuff can make people just be completely just worried about a different situation. Definitely strenuous times again, but the best thing we can do is hope for the best, pray, and just hope things doesn't escalate to something that could end up getting worse. But definitely that's what I want to bring. Obviously I don't want to bring up that somber topic, but I just wanted to make that aware. Hopefully you're being safe, whether you're wherever you're there and stuff like that, or you have loved ones and stuff like that being affected by this. That's what I wanted to say. I want to wish my heartfelt condolences to those people and those family, and hopefully they can pull through, and hopefully things can get back seemingly to somewhat normal, where we don't have to be on the edge of our seats. Anyways, I'm gonna for guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're checking out this video. Until then, guys, see you guys in the next video. Peace.